Hello and welcome to all the ghouls and vampires out there, and I guess space aliens. I had to crack that joke because this movie is a different kind of horror film, species, as you can tell from the title, and the art used for the horror cinema podcast. Can't talk. This movie was so, and this is going to be real quick. One of the only times where it's just me. I'm just thinking of doing the odd horror review on my own. That said, this movie is a sci-fi version of She in some ways, as well as mixed with Alien. And this is more of a gross out horror. Then again, I don't really like Alien because that's gross out as well. And I know people will say no, it is horror centered around grossing people out, and I just don't see the point of that. And if horror should be a bit like, in my opinion, the Brothers Grimm style fairy tales, or serve in a way to elicit excitement or a bit of the fear and help you overcome fear and whatnot, or in the case of books, make you think. This doesn't make you think. This is basically snot and whatnot, and I don't see the point of that. And that's where, if anything, though, this movie does have its good moments, though. There is a commentary in the film that is very intelligent, as you have the mercenary, for example, in the film, who's, I recognize the actor, I just forget his name. He is constantly making jabs at, I think, Finch, is it? The head scientist in charge of the project. Now, it's revealed early on that this division of NASA, I think it is, ended up making contact with aliens. They got a renewable energy source from these aliens, only to then receive a DNA code and instructions to mix it with humans. Now, just the fact that you'd want to mix this with human DNA is frightening, because you don't even know what you're dealing with. But NASA, being very stupid, ended up deciding, you know what, yeah, let's do this. Let's experiment with this, when they shouldn't have. So they decided to do it, and what they got was a alien with a leather bag, so to speak, as an exterior. That is to say, the leather bag, or the appearance of a human being. The exterior is that of an attractive young woman, and begins as a child and then, grows up, as mentioned, but into a young woman. And the trouble with this creature is that she desires to mate in order to reproduce, and kind of serves as a predator of sorts, just as the alien from the Alien franchise does. The difference is this thing is able to communicate with human beings, is able to navigate our social environment, and is otherwise far more dangerous in some ways. That said, the scientific team loses control of her. She escapes because they're stupid. So they hire a mercenary and a bunch of others, including some psychic guy, a cross-cultural anthropologist who's really horny, and a microbiologist. And the thing is, the only one contributing seems to be the microbiologist, although the psychic occasionally contributes. So the team tries to hunt down this monster, and they ultimately succeed in destroying Syl, but not before she mates with the horny moron, the anthropologist. And in the meantime, there's a subplot between the mercenary and the microbiologist. And you have, of course, Syl, who does manage to give birth, because we need our sequel baiting. And yeah, so this movie I'm gonna rate maybe, I guess, a 1.5 star. It's not great. It's not even mediocre, but it does have its moments where you think about things and you question the intelligence of a lot of scientists and whatnot. I mean, they've not done anything productive in recent years because it seems like technology and other fields of scientific development are only worsening our present situation in the world. And I still don't understand what was so wrong with maintaining the level of technology of the 90s and just keeping it at that. But scientists are just unable to understand that their job is to serve, not dominate. And that technology, chemistry, and whatnot out to be used for the betterment of humanity, not to destroy humanity, it seems. And I know I sound very cold and judgmental and like I'm on a soapbox, but technology is advancing too quick for my taste. And this movie does show that scientists are fairly dumb and they don't think about whether they should do something. And they don't question, like if a UFO was to email them in real life, here's the DNA code to, and mix it with a human being, they'd totally do it. And that's where the chilling element of this horror comes in, because it's very realistic in that this is exactly what an actual scientific team would do. And they wouldn't even hesitate. So if you think I have a poor opinion of scientists, you could feel free to disagree with me in the comment section. But this is a movie where, like Jurassic Park, it serves as a healthy warning of what might be and what could happen. And if there's any scientific team that meddles with biology of the sort of aliens or humans or even dinosaurs in any kind of capacity, this will be the result. So, yeah, I have a cynical view at this point of science. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button, because I'm thinking of, well, doing another horror review, maybe of a more classic horror that's lesser known, from maybe the 50s or 60s or something. And after that, hopefully we'll have another Halloween 4 video up, then a Scooby-Doo. So hope you all enjoy yourselves. And once again, smash that subscribe button. We're almost at 100 subs. Let's get to it.